Right now, we're shifting our focus. Let's now talk about Upasana, actor Ram Charan's wife and also the vice chairperson of CSR at Apollo Hospitals. Upasana Konidela has stoked a massive row after she spoke about women's health and also financial independence. She was discussing topics such as egg freezing and marriage. Upasana later posted a video from that session at IIT Hyderabad, which she was a part of, on her social media page, in which she says, and I'm quoting, "The biggest insurance for women is to save your eggs, because then you can choose when to get married, when you want to have kids on your own terms." But that statement now seems to not have gone down well with very many for various reasons. Doctors have slammed Upasana, saying that egg freezing process is a costly exercise and it cannot be undertaken by most women. Zoho co-founder Sridhar Vembu has also countered Upasana's claims, advising youngsters to marry and produce children in their 20s. Upasana Konidela, remember, later has also gone on to clarify and say that egg freezing gives women control over marriage and also children.
Insurance for women is to save your eggs, because then you can choose when to get married, when you want to have kids, on your own terms when you are financially independent. Today, I stand on my own feet. I earn a living for myself. I'm proudly financially independent. This security made me strong and confident to make bold decisions in my life. Do things that work the best for you. Before you reach your 30s, have your goals ready, have your career path set, and know how much you're going to earn at every different point in your life. Earn wealth-wise, health-wise, and relationship-wise. If you're clear about your vision, goal, and role in life, you become unstoppable. The biggest insurance for women is to save your eggs, because then you can choose when to get married, when you want to have kids, on your own terms when you are financially independent. Today, I stand on my own feet. I earn a living for myself. I'm proudly financially independent. This security made me strong and confident to make bold decisions in my life. Do things that work the best for you. Before you reach your 30s, have your goals ready, have your career path set, and know how much you're going to earn at every different point in your life. Earn wealth-wise, health-wise, and relationship-wise. If you're clear about your vision, goal, and role in life, you become unstoppable. The biggest insurance...
Now, Upasana has gone on to say that she is happy to start a conversation, and definitely she has started a conversation and also a lot of controversy with the statements that she's made. To carry forward that very conversation, we have two very special guests who are joining me on the broadcast. Susie Ben Shah, who's an advocate, is with us, and also Isha Jaiswal, a content creator, is joining us on the broadcast. Ms. Shah, coming to you first, when Upasana, Ram Charan's wife, goes on to claim that a woman's biggest insurance is that she goes on to freeze her eggs, what are your views on this statement?
I think good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for having me on your show. This statement has definitely stirred a debate, but debate for a very few. You see, the lady, I believe her name is Upasana, comes from a very privileged background, has the financial stability and the ability to promote and propagate the concept of egg freezing. But that is for a privileged few. No, it does not apply to most of the Indian women. And therefore, I think the concept is not only, it's not well developed, and is an option, it's not an option available to all. If you want to choose your career stability, I do believe that there is no conflict for having a timely motherhood and having your career. It is the options that you have to choose, and the options are available to most of the women. It is up to them whether to choose them or not. Having said that, I would also say that the word insurance, I think it's a very, very wrongly used word, because insurance gives you guarantee. In egg freezing, thereafter proceeding with IVF procedure, there is no 100% guarantee of you being a mother. So therefore, to call it a insurance is misguiding, and certainly Egg freezing is no silver bullet. There are financial implications. It affects the health of a woman. There is also the hormonal imbalance which is created because of this IVF treatment. So I think it requires a awareness debate, and it is indeed for a very privileged few women that is
Absolutely.
this
So,
option is
Isha,
available.
do you agree? It cannot be all unicorns and rainbow, as Upasana goes on to put it. And Ms. Shah is making that point that it's not a silver bullet. There are pros and cons with this entire egg freezing argument as well. In fact, health care advocates, even doctors, have gone on record to say that it's not 100% proof that you eventually are going to bear a child if you, in fact, go ahead, freeze your eggs for later. And then comes the cost. Do you think that Upasana is either completely oblivious to that socio-economic reality of very many of the Indian women, that they cannot bear that extensive 5 to 12 lakh rupee cost of not just freezing the eggs but also the embryo transplant that comes along with it?
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show, first of all. So, first of all, Upasana, the thing which Upasana has said is something very sensitive. This differs from woman to woman. What she has said is definitely fitting in the background from which she is. She has come from a very high profile society, and the cost and the technology which is involved in this entire process of freezing eggs is something which she has been like she has grown with that because she comes from a pharma giant company. So what I think that what she has said is completely not going with the women, the society from which I come from. 90% of the Indian women actually can't bear this much of cost because it takes lakhs of rupees. Plus, there's again a very mental stress when it comes to freezing eggs. First of all, I think that what she has said that if the female society of us freeze the eggs, I think that gives them a ladder to success. But I think on a different front, I think I gave birth to a baby girl 2 months back, and from my pregnancy journey of 9 months to 2 months postpartum, I never felt that I have given up my career or there's some hindrance I've been
Exactly.
facing in the entire journey. Correct. I regularly created content. I was traveling. I was speaking at different seminars. So I didn't think that this is creating a hindrance. I think everything goes smoothly when you have a particular good support from your partner, from your parents, from family, and from the society. And I think women don't have to go through medical procedures just to get the success. I think if we go back to 30 to 40 years back, many of the women in our society were not encouraged to work. But right now, I can see my mom, me going out and working, being financially independent. And I think the society in which we live in, 90% plus of the society, the Indian society is progressing, but we don't have to go through the medical procedure and freeze our eggs. I think
I really want to understand further, Isha. And first of all, congratulations, you are a new
Thank
mother.
you.
She has come up with a retort. She's also followed up that tweet of hers, and she is wanting to engage in the criticism that is coming her way by making a comparison. And she's put out 2 slides saying that this is what was encouraged for women, but this is what I have done. And then she goes on to claim that, you know, I married at 27, I froze my egg for completely health reasons at the age of 29. And if she says that is marrying late and that is her idea of marrying late, like I have an example. I got married when I was 32. So to each their own, like Isha you said, and like Ms. Shah you
Absolutely.
mentioned. So to each and everybody comes from that certain threshold and what their idea of having a career at what time, having a baby at what time, and eventually, and before that, of course, marriage at whatever time, whichever way, or have a way, maybe without marriage. I mean, it totally depends on a woman. If she's talking about the autonomy and a choice that a woman needs to come with, that's totally each her own, and that is something that we must be discussing. Why talk about freezing eggs only in particular?
Correct. So I think that freezing is not the entire thing. If that the thing that I want to have kids later in my life, or if I don't want to give kids at all, or I want to have kids at the age of 23, 24, this completely depends from each female to female, I think no one is there to put that pressure ki nahi, you have to go and freeze your eggs and then only you can succeed. I think she gave her opinion because she came from that society. She is from the family of Apollo Hospital, so definitely she has seen that particular technology building up in her family, so she can definitely afford that. But I think the family which I come and most of the Indian women come, this is something which is very expensive. So definitely
Maybe it
this.
was commerce also.
Absolutely. Amisha, she's also talking about females returning into the workforce, and she's talking about the female labor participation. But she's also seems to be rather oblivious to the data, because even though we boast of a very, very robust working environment here in the country, we still lag behind very many of our G20 peers when it is about female
Absolutely.
participation in the workforce. So we have bigger ladders to climb before we get to, let's say, a very, very elite concept of freezing eggs.
And also very privileged at that. You
Yes.
see, it gives you kind of a feeling that, a elitist kind of a statement. And also, I would not run away from saying, I would also give it a thought that maybe she's from that line where Apollo Hospital has the option of freezing eggs for women. Maybe she was promoting
So
that.
she was endorsing. Okay.
that
That is also an argument she's chosen to take on, and she in fact laughs it out by that follow-up tweet that she has put out. But she's clearly getting that backlash, and people are they can't help but make that comparison, considering she
Absolutely.
associated with the
Otherwise, what was
health
the
health
reason?
chain.
Otherwise, what was the reason? There was no reason whatsoever. There are so many debates, so many conversations where most of us, including all the three participating in this debate, have participated in freezing women's workforce participation. But we would never mention it because she has an excess. She knows that particular hospital maybe has this egg freezing facility, but maybe underutilized. So maybe she was making a point out there that it should be used by women. Well, it is an option. It is
Well,
an option
absolutely.
for women available to them, but it is certainly and absolutely not an insurance. It is a very misleading statement. And the women whom you propagate, they should be aware about the pros and cons. I don't think she's given any negative side of this story, and therefore it should be treated as such, and it should be out there, an option available. But I don't know how many of us will be using it.
Absolutely. Check with your healthcare providers, know the pros and cons, and
Absolutely.
see if you have the funds to support such a decision if you do decide to make it. But Ms. Shah and Isha Jaiswal, thank you so much for joining us on the
Thank you so very
broadcast.
much for having us.
And let's now talk about one major criticism that has come in from for Upasana, that is by the Zoho co-founder Sridhar Vembu. Now, in October 2025, CNN News 18 spoke to Zoho's co-founder Mr. Vembu about childcare for working parents and early marriage. This is what he had to say back then.
I'm here in your campus. It's a buzzing campus and lots of young people. I see a lot of young women working here. And interestingly, when I was coming at the reception, I saw this elderly lady taking care of almost a newborn child. And it felt nice to see that somebody could, the reception had made space for them. How would you describe Zoho Corp's campus and its culture, the company's culture?
So we are here, we look at ourselves as an extended family. That's how I'll describe it. That's why you saw the kids. We do take care of the child care because it's working parents, both father and mother. They can work more at peace if they know that their child is in a safe place. I want to add this. Today we have a demographic bust everywhere, particularly in the south, but all over India. So I encourage our own employees, get married, have children, and only if the company provides the environment can they even have it. So we try to go out of our way to help, by providing the facilities here.
That's great to hear, and that's completely separate to what sometimes
Yes.
corporate culture can be.
Yes.
Not just in India but all around the world.